Unfortunately, I couldn't be in any one group for long enough to get the whole gist of your context and conversation. But it was clear that all of you brought your experiences, your knowledge, your very selves to what you were discussing. And I was corrected during the conversation by Hermes. I was under the impression that this group was similar to the last group that I addressed, but in fact I understand that you have more managerial/leadership experience. And so I apologize if I was in any way not at the right target point in our conversation, but it's very clear to me once I knew that, it really all came together. There's a story about a teacher, and she comes into a school, and she's given, she's the new teacher, so you know what happens with the new teachers. You know what happens, right? She gets the tough cookies. But nobody tells her that. And so before she goes into the class the first day, she asks to see their files and their information, and she sees various numbers associated with each of the students in the class. She begins the year, she's teaching them, and she is transformative. She is making a difference with this class like nobody has ever seen before. And they're all saying, what's her secret sauce? Like, what's she doing already? Nobody was able to do anything with this group, and this woman is achieving miracles. So the principal calls her into the office, and he says, I don't get it. We'll call her Sharon. Sharon, what are you doing? Everybody else struggled so much, and this class is doing great with you. She said, what do you mean they struggled so much? I looked at their information at the beginning of the year. I saw their IQ scores. They were very high. What do you mean? She said, oh, those weren't their IQ scores. Those were their locker numbers. But the point is, you speak to, in your mind, where you think you're going with who's listening. It's interesting, I saw online recently some guy who to 5 different photographers was presented as having 5 different personal bios. To one he was a criminal, to one he was an artist, to one he was a... And each of them created the scenery, the props, the lighting, and everything else in accordance with the profile they thought this guy really was. In reality, he was none of the above. He was something else. But it clearly colored the perspective of the photographer who was creating the shoot so that they could capture who this person really was. So thank you for giving me the opportunity. I mentioned before that I was perhaps not fully aligned with who the audience truly is in terms of their experience and whatnot, and that really explained to me why their answers before were so confident, clear, and excellent.